I'm Jerry, and I'm here to show you how to install your essential oil shelf. Okay, first thing, you should have 2 of these in your kit. You should have 5 shelves, and you'll have a wall mounting kit. If you cannot install it on a stud, then this would be used for sheetrock. If you're going into a stud, you'll have 8 of these, 4 per side. And then once you have the 2 pipe hangers on the wall, then you'll use these, there's 10 of these U-clamps, and then this will be the screw that you'll use to mount your shelf. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so if you're going to locate a stud, I have a stud finder. You can get these at any Home Depot, Menards. And so right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to locate the stud on this wall. So I hit this, and I come over, and there's my stud. Now, 16 on center, if I keep going this way, I'll find another stud, and then there'll be another stud right over here. Okay, the shelf, the length of the shelves are 36 inches. We're going to install our wall mount at 32 inch on center. If you have a wall that doesn't work, for symmetrical reasons, then you'll just mark it out. And then again, you'll follow the directions on this. It's got pretty good directions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the first pipe. And I'm going to use one of these screws. And I've got my trusty old screwdriver. And if you notice the flanges, we go into the vertical 2 screws. Now, if you get your kit, and if you notice that from shipping, if this is turned, like let's say it turned a little bit, just make sure that you get it lined up. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the first one. We already have this wall marked out where we wanted it to hang. So I'm going to go ahead and get the first screw started. And if you have a power screwdriver, you could use it to get your screws started. So I'm going to go ahead and screw this in. Okay, so we have the first pipe rack mounted, and if you take your level, as long as you're in the bubble, get your 4 screws. Get your 4 screws in the flange. Right now, just for this video, we only have 1 screw on each side, just to show that. Your next pipe, again, validate that we are vertical here and here. And if you measure out, if you're going stud on 16 on center, we should be at 32 inches, which right now, here's where we're at. We're at 32 inches. You can see that. Now, you want to make sure that you have it level. So take your board, your shelf that's going to go in here. And if you have someone to help you, this will make it really easy, a lot easier to do this if you have help. Once you get the other pipe on, then you're good to go. So what I would do is get your pipe up. And right now the board is just used to level. So I'm going to go ahead and raise that up a little bit. And now I'm in the bubble. Grab my screw. And if it slides, it's okay because you have the level. And then get your screw started. So if you know where it's at, if you mark off the hole, you could get the screw started first. Okay, so I'm screwing this screw in. Okay, one screw in. Again, you want to check your vertical. Make sure you're leveled this way as well. And so once you have that, then go ahead and get your other screw in. Okay, so now we have both wall mounts for the shelves anchored to the walls. We have 2 screws here, 2 screws at the top, 2 screws here, and 2 screws here. We used our shelf that we installed with the level. So you want to make sure you're level this way, and this way. That's it. Again, I'm going to repeat the process as far as if you can't find studs 16 on center for mounting this, then you'll have to use the sheetrock wall mounting kit, follow the directions on that, and your screws that are included with the kit. Once you have the wall mount deal into the wall, then you would screw the screw right into the location of those. You mark out and get all that. Okay, so now we're ready to hang our shelves. And we're going to start with the top shelf. Get your top shelf in place. And bring your shelf all the way back to the face here so that you're faced, and then use a tape measure and double check your your length here. So you don't have to be perfect, but as long as once you get one side, and if you stand back and take a look, now this one here, we could go a little bit more this way. That looks pretty good. Then the next ones that we do, we can just use a straight edge as we come down. It'll all end up the same. So we grab your U-hook, we grab the screw, grab our screwdriver, and if you put the U-hook right in on the pipe will hold it. Same thing here, and you just try to get it in the center, or close enough. And it's pine, so the wood is softer, so it's not like trying to screw into oak. If anything, if you want, you can always pre-drill a smaller hole, but these are self-tapping screws, and I will get one started for you to show you the process. And as you're screwing it down, you hold the board down, and there we are. Now I'll get one more screw on this side, just for illustration purposes. Again, I'm pretty centered. And as you can see, once you get the screw started, they go in pretty easy. Okay, and then you want to use all 4 screws per U-hook. Okay, so start with the top, work your way down. So that's about as simple as it gets. Then you would just take your next board, your next shelf, you come in and bring it to the face and continue through your U-hooks until you get it all the way down and you're ready to use your shelf. Thank you.